to the Real Estate Scripts Podcast, the show that helps you know what to say when you're talking to buyers and sellers so that you can close more deals and earn more money. I'm Darren Tunstall, a real estate professional, coach, and #1 best-selling author. Let's get into this. Before we begin today's episode, I want to clarify some important points. I am a licensed real estate agent and my DRE number is 018534445. It's crucial to note that this podcast operates independently of my affiliation with Keller Williams Realty and any realtor associations. My primary goal with this podcast is to provide you, our listeners, with valuable information, insights, and practical tools. As a reminder, the purpose of Scripts and Dialogues is to come, learn, practice, and be prepared to fail forward. This is where we make mistakes and help each other out, but we're mostly interested in seeing how we can get better. First, we read through the script word for word, and then we go back and put it into our own natural tone, style, and phrasing. You won't know what to say until you go through the script. So, with that said, many people will say, that's not how I sound, and I totally get it. That's not how you sound. But that is the reason why we practice every day, so that the script becomes you and in your own voice. So, read it word for word first, then go back and put it into your own natural tone, style, and phrasing, and I think it'll work out. Asking clients who they may know that wants to buy or sell homes. And this is lead generation, talking to your allied resources. So allied resources are people who know you, trust you, love you. And these are like friends, family, coworkers, people like that. And they are willing to refer you. So that's the intention here of this particular script. So I'll go ahead and read this out loud. To set the stage in this scenario, you are reaching out to a past client to request referrals. The requirements are strong communication skills, a genuine interest in the client's well-being, knowledge of the local real estate market, and confidence in asking for referrals. The intention of this script is to reach out to your allied resources and to ask for referrals. That's what the intention of the script is. So we'll go ahead and start today with Brant.
Sounds good. Okay. Should I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hi, Emily. It's Brant from Keller Williams.
Hi.
How's it going today?
I'm good. What's up?
Good. Yeah, I was wondering if I could have just a quick moment of your time.
Yeah. Why not?
Great.
What's up? What's new? What do you need?
Yeah, so I hope you've been well since we last worked together. I was reaching out to see if you could possibly assist me with something.
I'm not going to help you move if that's what you're looking for.
Well, no, I don't need help with that right now. But, given your extensive network, I thought you might be looking to know, you might know somebody looking to buy or sell real estate. As I'm sure you know, I specialize in residential and commercial real estate.
Hey, you know what? Sorry, I'm going to pause this. I am going to break this out. I am going to do that because it's just, I know that we all would like to hear what other people have to say, but I also want to give us a chance to practice it multiple times. That's the purpose of Scripts and Dialogues, so I'm going to do that. And while I'm doing that, I do want to point out that this is a person that you know really well. So you're like, hey, what's up, Emily? How you doing? This is Brant. This is Darren. Just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, stuff like that.
Yeah, the script feels a little bit like forced.
Well, this is where the technique of putting it in your own tone, style, and phrasing is really the trick here. So
yeah.
All right. Sorry. It was just, I feel like we would just be sitting for a while, and I don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and restart this. And yeah, I mean, it could sound a little bit forced, but again, the point is they come up in your database, and we are reaching out to them and saying, hey, how's it going? Glad, how's everything? How's the house? And it doesn't have to necessarily be a past real estate client. It could be a past client that you had in business, a past friend that you used to go to church with, someone that you used to know from a different job, all sorts of stuff. So it's not just real estate related. So let's have Derek start, and then Debbie will reverse the role.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, dialing. Hello, Debbie. This is Derek with Keller Williams. Can I have a moment of your time?
Sure, Derek. Long time no talk to.
I know. I just wanted to reach out. We hadn't touched base in a while. I wanted to see how everything's going. How's the family?
Everything's good. It's just me and my little corgi now.
Oh yeah, wow. The boys have moved on, and you're
Yep.
probably just still enjoying that. That's awesome. Well, I hope everything's been well. I know since we've last worked together, I wanted to reach out and see if you might be able to assist me with given your extensive network in your community and stuff. I thought you might know someone looking to sell or potentially buy or invest in real estate right now.
Um, I well, at my Marjan group, one of the women mentioned wanting to downsize.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
don't
so
know
ironic that
any
you
of
bring that up.
yeah, I don't know any of the particulars about it, but I could find out.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And it's funny you bring up downsizing because I've actually been specializing in downsizing lately. And I've, been dealing with somewhat of a older community rather than like people in their 30s. And I've been trying to focus on, folks that need to downsize and, try to take advantage of a good situation that they might have. So I have the residential and I could do commercial, as you know. But yeah, I have a great team here at Keller Williams with a lot of different options at the moment. So I would genuinely appreciate if you consider I can manage everything from listing properties, affecting marketing strategies if she needed to sell or buy, and as well as yourself. If you need anything personally, obviously, I'm always here for you. I'm committed to still providing that top-notch service. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to just grab a couple potential referrals from you. Maybe I can send over my business card to you, and you could send them out to some of your friends and family for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I belong to several groups, so I could pass them out if anyone's interested. Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Let me. I need to see exactly how that works, and I'd love to grab your email address. And this way, because I didn't get it last time for some reason, just so I can send you. I'll send you over a nice little thank you, and then you can send any information via email or text message, whatever works best for you.
Okay, yeah. Debbie Logan at sbcglobal.net.
Okay, Debbie Logan, sbcglobal.net. And while if you don't mind, could you just send me your address as well? And I just can see how everything's going with your property as well.
Oh, sure. It's 123 Main Street, Lakeside.
123 Main. Oh, great. Seriously, I love it. I love it. Have you downsized recently? You had mentioned the boys had left.
Yes, I'm in my single story and a 2-2, so yeah, I'm
Okay.
fine. I think I'm set for
Awesome.
life. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's a long
that's
a long
good.
life.
And the dog's doing well. Dog's healthy and
Oh
making you
yes.
take her on walks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, she's the queen. Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, yeah. I hope everything goes well. I look forward to following up with you in the near future, and have a fantastic day. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, Debbie.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye bye.
That was awesome, Derek. See, I don't feel like that was forced. I feel like you just reached out to someone that you know and had a conversation, did a little bit of personal, did a little bit of business, wrapped it back up with some personal, and you're all on your way.
Nice.
So I think you did a good job on that.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So Debbie, you ready to go?
Yeah. Good morning, Derek. This is Debbie from Keller Williams.
Hey, Debbie. How are you? How have you been?
I'm good. Hey, so since we last worked together at Ralph's, I've been keeping up with you on Facebook. And I noticed you opened your own barbecue restaurant. That sounds really interesting. How's it going?
Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad that my network's getting out there to everybody. Barbecues, it's really great. It's always been a passion. I love the barbecue spots. It's really coming together. We're starting to make some profit now in this third year, and everything's on the up and up. How's everything with you?
Oh, good, good. As you know, I haven't, worked at Ralph's for 4 years, but I have my realtor's license, and I hope you see my posts on Facebook as well. But I remember, after you were going to talk about opening your business, you also talked about buying a property. And I was wondering if that ever came to fruition, or if you're still looking to buy, or
You know,
where.
that's a good question. My wife and I, due to the restaurant, we had a little bit of savings and it kind of went back into the restaurant, but we've been doing better at saving again. And we think we're on about a year plan potentially to get some money back in the savings and, potentially make that next move.
Oh, well, that sounds great. I work with several lenders, but one in particular, his name is Chuck. If you would like to, I could send him over your information, because what he would do for you is take into account, your situation. And he is great. Let me tell you, Derek, he could guide you into exactly the type of loan vehicles that are out there. And also, if there's anything that you would need to do within, say, the next year, like you pointed out, that would help you in the right direction. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I think it's good for me to have two lenders. I have a friend of mine that's been sending me some information, but I think it would be good to have, another lender that you would trust, that I could use, because like I said, I feel like it's a 1 year plan. I don't want to do too much over the end of this year just because I feel really busy, but leading into next year, I think I would need that information and try to get on a plan.
Yeah, and regardless of who you want, I always tell my clients to at least get two or three different opinions from lenders to see which one has the best, offerings. Because it can make a
Mhm.
big difference, especially if you get yourself into a 30-year loan and you don't want to keep refinancing, et cetera. So there's some great, great products out there. And typically, banks and credit unions, they only offer one or two choices. And it's always a good thing to talk to mortgage lenders. They seem to know exactly what's happening, and, they stay up to date with, everything that's current. So I will send you over, Chuck's information along with a couple others, but let's stay in touch. And if you know anyone else, even clients that come into your restaurant, um,
Mhm.
please, I live by referral, so that would be great. And if there's anything else I can help you with, I have several vendors, and like plumbers, roofers, things like that. You might even want to use some of them for your business. So, um, but let's stay in touch, and I will send you over all the information. I still have, all of your email, and obviously your phone number. So I'll send that over to you, and hope to see you soon. When I get up to Vista, I'll be sure to drop in to your restaurant too to check it out.
Yeah, that sounds great, Debbie. This is new to me over here in this area. I might take you up on the referrals, and I'll think of anybody that comes to mind in regards to if I hear people talking, I'll let them know how good of a job you do. Okay.
Well, yeah, no, that sounds good. Remember Alexa,
Yep.
actually, but Alex, we called her. I just sold her a home, and she started her own nail salon. So yeah, it's nice to see people starting their own businesses and being successful. So, but God, it was great talking to you. And I
Yeah,
can't wait to talk to you soon.
absolutely. Have a good day. I'll
Okay.
talk to you soon, Debbie.
Okay, you too.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Derek do it again. And this time, Derek, let's have you slow it down a little bit and
Okay.
see how that works out for you. And if time permits, we're going to reverse it and then have Debbie speed it up a little bit. So slow it down, and also both of you keep in mind the acronym WAIT, WAIT. Why am I talking? So
Yeah,
all right, so
got it.
let's try that out. So slow it down just a bit, and here we go.
Hi, Debbie. This is Derek from Keller Williams. How have you been?
I've been great. Long time since I've heard from you.
I know, I know. It's been super busy, with life and family, and just everything that's going on. How's your family doing?
Good, good. My son moved to Chicago, but he still comes out about 3 times a year, and I go back about once a year. So no, everything's great.
Oh, that's awesome. Chicago's always been a place I wanted to go. I haven't been there yet. What are some things you like about Chicago?
Oh my gosh, the food. Huh.
Yeah, I love
Believe it or
Italian food.
not, some of the best Chinese food ever,
Interesting.
especially compared to California's Chinese food.
I bet, I bet. So, hey, given I know you're in the hair salons now and you're probably meeting a bunch of new network and stuff like that, I was thinking about reaching out to you and I thought you might know somebody looking to sell, buy, or potentially invest in real estate right now.
Well, actually, my employees keep talking about buying, but they keep bringing up how high the interest rate is and how both the interest rates and the home prices are going up, and what they make isn't going up as quickly. So, but I hear them talking all the time.
Yeah, I hear people talking about that as well. As you know, I specialize in residential and commercial real estate. And also we have some great brokers that can help people, get through the beginning processes of, entertaining the idea of getting a loan. And then we offer comprehensive support for a wide range of properties in need. Um, and I appreciate you letting me know about the girls or gentlemen at the salon. And I can manage everything from listing a property, affecting marketing strategies for people when they're selling, skillful negotiation, and closing deals. I love finding that win-win. So, if you do refer me, I'll be very valuable to your customers and clients. I know how important it is to, live in the referral business like we do. And but my commitment is to provide top-notch service to ensure the process is as smooth and stress-free as possible, with anyone I work with. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I think it sounds great. And yeah, I do think, especially for my employees, most of them are first time buyers. So they probably don't know where to start. So no, I mean, I think that would really help them.
Yeah, and I've been dealing with a lot of first-time buyers, that are looking for potentially one bedroom, one baths, or two bedroom, two baths, all around the San Diego area, San Diego County, actually, from La Mesa to North Park, to Claremont. So there's definitely some good options out there to get started. To stay in touch, do you think it would be easier if we, I can send you an email and you could potentially send out some my business cards to them, and if they'd like to reach out, I can begin the process of sending them valuable information to help them start the process, of finding a new home or searching for a new home.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. We actually have a Monday morning meeting before the salon opens, just like a 10-minute or to kind of let all my employees know what's going on. And
Mhm.
so I could bring it up during that and pass your cards out. So that would work well.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I still do have your email address. I actually just found it. I didn't realize I had it, the new one from the salon, but we must have been in
Mhm.
contact in the past. So that's great. And the meeting sounds phenomenal. I love those, group meetings or team meetings where you're getting everybody motivated. And who knows, maybe it could motivate them a little bit more to, take on more hours and work a little harder as well.
Well, that's true.
So, well, thank you so much for your time. I really look forward. I also wanted to catch up maybe in the near future about Chicago. I think I was going to plan a vacation, and literally, I have two friends out there. And once the spring comes along, we're probably going to try to do something with my family as well. Zoe's 8 years old now, and I like to travel with her as much as possible. So, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to get some info on that as well.
Oh, sure, will do.
Thank you so much, Debbie. It was great talking with you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You do the same. Nice talking to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, now we have a few minutes left. So, Debbie, we're going to reverse the script, and you are reverse roles, and you are going to speed it up and match Derek's tone. You ready?
Hey,
Okay.
real quick though, was I able to slow it down? I feel like I did, but
You did, and I'm going to talk about that when we
okay.
wrap it up. So you did a great job. All right, Debbie. So we have literally 2 minutes, so that's how
Okay.
fast
Okay,
you
we'll
got
do
to
the
go.
quick version. Okay.
Okay. Good morning, Derek. It's Debbie.
Debbie, how are you? How have you been?
Good, good. Hey, we spoke last week, and I was wondering what came out of it. If you, when you talked to your employees, were any interested in reaching out to me for help and assisting them in buying their first home?
Actually, Debbie, I'm so sorry. I meant to send you an email. I talked with one of my managers, and him
Mm-hmm.
and his wife are like curious about, getting some information. So what I'll do is I can get you over that information as soon as possible, and then I can still talk about you at our next shift meeting as well.
Oh, perfect. Yes. As you know, I live by referrals. And, as always, I hope you were happy with the home I sold you and your wife. And just keep me in mind if you hear anybody wanting to buy, sell, or invest. And yeah, that it sounds great. Thank you so much for keeping me in mind. And I'll send you out some flyers too.
Oh, absolutely, Debbie. Thanks for following
Okay.
up with me. We'll be in touch
Okay.
soon, okay? If you could just
All
send me,
right.
actually, I'll send you over an email with that person's contact information connecting all three of us, and therefore I find
Yay.
that to be better communication wise.
Yeah, no, sounds perfect. Thank you so much, Derek.
Okay, bye,
Okay,
Debbie. Talk soon.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Awesome. So
Look at
let's
that,
go.
2 minutes.
Just in general, what I was going for was the mirroring and matching thing.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think naturally you are a fast talker,
Mhm.
Derek, and naturally Debbie is someone that slows things way down.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. It's nothing, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just it is. It just is. That's how we are, right? Personally. And sometimes practicing those mirroring and matching techniques, there are pros and cons to both to doing a mirroring and matching, and we'll talk about some of that in just a second. So give it a few minutes, or not a
That
few
sounds
minutes.
good though, and I understand what you mean by that because I'm around more high energy people. I think I should start to slow it down just a tad, and that was a good point, Darren.
Yeah, so Brant and Emily, we were just talking about I had Debbie and Derek do something a second time around. So they read it naturally the first time, and then I said, "All right, Derek, I want you to slow it way down to Debbie's pace." And then we had Debbie go, and I had her speed it up to Derek's pace. And the whole point was mirroring and matching. And there are some pros and cons to mirroring and matching. Obviously the pros are to build rapport and trust. It improves communication and cooperation. You can adapt to the situation a little bit more and resist or not what word am I trying to think of? As far as conflict, avoid conflict. The cons are, obviously it might feel a little inauthentic, as far as who you are and in your own voice. The message might not be received as well if it came across as your own natural tone and style of phrasing. And there is some loss of your own character and your own, personality. So there are just a few things there. There are also the other part of the con is they might feel like they're being manipulated in some way, because people in general can feel whether someone is being authentic or not sometimes, or recognize that this might be scripted in some way, which it all is. But the point is, to slow it down sometimes or speed it up sometimes, depending on who you're talking to. I'm kind of curious to know some of your thoughts on that.
I kind of want to mention, I mean, I agree. Like, I think that matching tone can be important, but Emily and I like had a pretty good kind of like role playing session where I felt like, at least because we did it a couple of times, but there was one of the times where it felt very much like the beginning of the script almost sort of was like talked about as is. And I had briefly mentioned looking, if she knew anybody who was looking to buy or sell. And then she was talking about one of her neighbors that wanted to buy or sell, and how they'd had like a family death or something. And then we had a conversation about that. And then it went over to like how the market is. And then we kind of got like super sidetracked. And then and then we just had like a conversation about like how she was, how this, how the state of things are. And then at the end, I was like, oh, for that friend that you were talking about earlier, like, I'd love to send you some business cards, just so that if you have anybody, that also so that they can expect like my call. So it's not just coming out of the blue and they know who I am and my contact information. So I feel like making it feel like, and that didn't even really happen on purpose. It just kind of happened naturally, but it was like making it into less of I'm calling you because I want to get a referral out of you, and more like I'm calling you because I'm interested to know how you are and how the people in your circle are. And just as an aside, if you know anybody, like, I would obviously appreciate.
So you're bringing up a really good point. In all these scripts, regardless of what it is, especially when it applies to lead generation, you want to go into it. So there's strategy and technique, right? And we don't want to get caught up in all that, because while we're doing that, then we're losing our focus on what we're doing with the people that we're talking to. But the technique is how you just described it, something called a Ford sandwich. And what a Ford sandwich means, Ford is an acronym that we use for communication, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. So we want to go into the conversation, developing that rapport and truly seeing how is the family, how is the job, how, what are you doing for fun? And then incorporating business in the middle, just like what you did and described, and then bringing back and peppering through the conversation more Ford stuff. That was so awesome. Glad to hear you're doing well. With that person who had the death in the family, I'll go ahead and get back on that. But in the meantime, I'm glad that you're enjoying the family and you're all having fun. So you start with Ford, you do a little bit of business in the middle, and you end with Ford. And that is the technique. But if we get caught up in that and then let it, get wound up in our brain, then we start to lose focus. And that's the point, again, of practicing doing it every single day. So I'm glad that happens sort of naturally for you, because that is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
did
think
really
in
good. You
this,
brought it back around to the point of the call. So that was really good.
yeah, and I think in this script, since it's all about knowing your audience.
Yeah.
And some people, maybe they can't hear well, or maybe there's a language barrier a little bit. I know my boyfriend's mother, she's 87, and I really have to slow it down when I'm talking to her, because even though she has hearing aids, she's still, if I go too fast, she loses everything I'm saying. So yeah, so just knowing your audience, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and just because someone might be older or we might have a language barrier, it doesn't mean that we have to yell louder.
Mhm. Yeah.
That doesn't, it just means that we might have to slow it down a little bit. Or, like for example, Derek is a little bit more higher energy, and he talks a little bit quicker. And that's, again, it's nothing, it's not good, it's not bad, it just is what it is. And we have to naturally see people for who they are and match that sometimes. But we want to be careful because we don't want to come across as being inauthentic either. So we want to be our own person. It's just sometimes we to keep the energy going and alive. So, but I think that was good. Derek, I think you did great at slowing it down. And Debbie, you did good at speeding it up a little bit. She managed to get through that thing in 2 minutes,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
That was a good learning experience, and everybody made a lot of sense with their comments. I appreciate it.
Well, just one last thing. I did finish, by the way, the marketing presentation. So if you haven't had a chance, go on the listing page, look at the marketing presentation. I added everything there, the 17 steps, the quick listing presentation, the full listing script as well. Derek, you haven't seen that, so I highly suggest taking a look at that page. So anyways, it's done now. So, all right, that's it. I'm going to hit stop recording. Have a great day. Go lead generate.
Bye.
Sweet. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, so that's the script. I hope that you found it useful. Just head over to realestatescriptspractice.com for more resources and downloads. This podcast is for the purpose of education only, and it does not make any guarantees. We suggest you seek out the help of your broker, coach, mentor, CPA, or attorney. Brought to you by Darren Tunstall, California DRE number 018534445.